This was not supposed to be the episode for today. There was other episode planned, but the news are so amazing that I have to stop what I was doing and start again. An Earth-like planet has been discovered in Proxima Centauri. This is amazing, and this is Monterey, and welcome to my cosmic kingdom. This is the news I has always been waiting for. Why this is so incredible? Well, let's start by geography, okay? The galaxy is a really big thing. So it's like a disk with a bulge in the center, and we are like more or less in the middle of the disk with respect to the center. It is difficult to determine the structure of our galaxy because we are inside of it. Whereas it's easier to see another galaxies and determine its structure. But roughly speaking, we can say that we are like 7 kiloparsecs away from the galactic center. That means roughly 20-something thousand light years away from the galactic center. So this implicates, if you want to travel to the galactic center, because you cannot travel faster than light, it will take you more than 20,000 years to go there and another 20,000 years to come back, provided we don't consider relativistic effects. So what is this star called Proxima Centauri? Proxima Centauri is our closest star. For the Spanish speakers that know me, we know that Proxima means nearest, and in Spanish, and also of course in Latin. And this is a very peculiar stellar system because it's Alpha Centauri. I'm sure that many of you have heard of Alpha Centauri, which is a binary system that is spinning, two stars spinning around. And then there is another exostar that we don't know how the dynamics yet, because we've been observing it for little time in astronomical scales, but it's part of the system. This star is an M-class star. That means that it's colder and smaller than the Sun. And this is important, guys. But it's the star that is closest to Earth. And remember, galactic center, 20-something thousand light years. This star is only 4 light years away. This group of scientists this group of astrophysicists have discovered around this Proxima Centauri a planet that is roughly 1.3 Earth masses, so because that means that the gravity is going to be more or less like the gravity on Earth, because we don't want to colonize a planet where the gravity is too low, because that would be unhealthy for our bones and other parts of our body, or the gravity too high, because that would mean that it's basically impossible to live in. This planet also orbits the stars in what is called the habitable zone. The habitable zone is the area where the radiation you receive from the star is not too low for the planet to be cold and not too high for the planet to be hot. That means that the temperature in the planet allows to have water in 3 phases. That means in vapor, liquid, and ice. The funny thing about the planet is because the star is smaller than the Sun and is less brighter, it just is dimmer. The planet is just orbiting very close to the star, and a year in that planet is like roughly, I read that it was 17 days, 17 days, so it's spinning really fast. And because it's so close to the planet, it's tidally locked. What this tidally lock means? It means like the same as a moon. The system of Earth-Moon is tidally locked, and that means that the spinning velocity of the moon around the Earth is the same velocity about the rotation of the moon. So effectively, this translates into the moon always showing us the same phase. We know a lot about hot Jupiters, and they are like planets like Jupiter, very big, that are very close to the parent star, and they are also tidally locked. And this causes like many problems, like very strong winds from one hemisphere to the other. You have very high temperatures in the point where that is facing the star, and very low temperatures on the other side. And that is the only thing that worries me, because, okay, this planet is habitable, but because one side of the planet is always facing the star, what that it would mean, like weather lights. It's going to be interesting to see studies about the weather in this planet, because it may happen that we are only able to inhabit the dark side or the bright side, or maybe the border where where the transition between the two phases is. But why I'm so excited today, why I'm so excited that I have changed the schedule of Cosmic Kingdom. I'm so excited because it's only 4 light years away. You remember, 20,000 light years to get to the galactic center. Only 4 years to get there. So if we were able to put someone, to put a team of astronauts very close to the speed of light, it would be feasible, it would be possible during like our lives to send someone there, take a picture and come back. And that's another interesting part of today. It's like there is this project. A few scientists decided to launch this project, and it sounds super silly. But it sounds so silly that it can be really, really a good idea. So the idea is just to put a very, very large laser on Earth. So do you remember, like, you know, a Star Wars movie like laser on the Earth, maybe in the desert, like there. And just manufacture small pieces of equipment the size of a mobile phone that will have some kind of sails. Yeah, sails. You heard it right. And the project is just placing like these probes that will cost like 600 pounds or euros or dollars, roughly the same as a smartphone, with a big parasail, and use the laser from the Earth to just push them. And the laser will have a little impact on 1 second, because it's just light pushing this parasailing. But the laser is going to be just accelerating them for a long period of time. And because these things are so light, in the end they're going to be accelerated at such a speed that they will reach decent fraction of the speed of light. So maybe not 4 years, but maybe it takes them 8 years. They are cheap, so we don't want them back. We just leave them there. But we will build powerful antennas just so that they just are able to send information there. Imagine how cool, with this discovery, if we're able to do that, just receive in 8-10 years photos of a planet that eventually we can colonize. So this is for today. I'm really happy, guys. I hope you like this episode. I hope you're at least as excited as I am. I thought this thing should be on the news like first thing, because it's just hope for mankind. And see you guys next week. Bye bye.